Hello?
Yeah, I want to know who this is right now.
This is Joe Miller. Who's this?
Let me ask you a question. Why are you calling my girlfriend in the middle of the night?
I don't know who you're talking to.
Don't make excuses. You tell me who you are.
I told you who I am. Who's this?
Don't deny it, boy.
Who is this?
How long has this been going on between you and her?
What are you talking about?
Oh, really?
Declan, do you like the Foo Fighters?
No.
So, are you just going to ask me questions and I can answer it and then we'll go from there? And you can edit out anything that makes me look stupid? Or if I say something really messed up that needs to be gone.
Yeah. Let's talk about how much we hate Scott, guys.
This is Mike Secker.
I want
How
to
you doing, people?
wake up, feel fine, grab my baggies off the clothesline. I want to wake up, restore, thinking back on the night before. I said yeah, then I did it. Having not a
Feels like a
second
rape
thought.
dungeon in here.
I know exactly what he tastes like.
I said yeah, then I did it. La 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 la.
This is Mike Holy.
No, 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 no. You cannot buy the beer. Beer! Close your eyes. No, 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 no. I always blame the beer.
Okay, here's the show.
Didn't know I was alive.
Didn't know you were alive.
All right. What's up, everybody? Episode 86 of Adjust the Mic podcast. How's everybody doing today?
Yeah.
Yay.
Over yonder, we've got the hostess with the mostest, Scott Geyser.
Hello, governors.
Over yonder, we've got the craft beer queen, Miss Colleen.
How are you now?
How are you now?
And over yonder, we've got retired golf professional and Colleen's brother,
Yes.
Mark Schubrooks.
In the house.
In the house. What's up, man?
Thank you.
Your legs look very similar to Charlie's. Very nice and smooth.
Yeah, they're out of
Yeah.
bounds post.
Yeah, Charlie will not be able to be
then
with
we
us
got
tonight.
Viking Metal Chris.
Yeah.
Yeah, Charlie's not going to be with us tonight. He's got a sick kid, so he's going to stay home and take care of Ava. Sorry, man. It's weird not looking at you over there
I
trying
know,
to.
he kind of like
cause
runs the show,
trouble.
so we're a little lost right now.
I know.
We're
A
finding
little
our
bit.
bearings.
Charlie, I even was out there like practicing that intro, so I didn't fuck it all up.
Dude, we were in here. We were having audio issues, and
I know.
Charlie wasn't here to help us fix them.
I know Charlie. It's 6:46 right now,
We're
and we're
starting to-
just now getting started.
I know. Mark's like, why don't you guys like FaceTime Charlie so he can help you?
We needed to, Charlie, but that's all right. You've got priorities, man. You know we
We'll
get
miss
it.
you, buddy,
We'll
but
miss you,
yeah.
man.
God.
So how's everyone doing?
Good. I've had a really busy week because my brother came down from New Jersey
Okay.
with his wife and two girls. And we've been hanging out with them like pretty much nonstop. So it's been busy, but they just flew back because Jersey schools could possibly reopen for like, in school, right? Like
Yeah.
being in school. So they would have to quarantine for 2 weeks
Oh,
coming
yeah,
back from
yeah.
Florida. So they needed to go back now. And he's on kind of a hiatus right now because golf courses are closed.
Mm-hmm. Got tired of hanging out with Tiger Woods, huh?
Yeah, I'd always hang out with him.
He knows how to party, doesn't he?
I'm sure he
That's
does.
your favorite golfer, though, right?
Yes.
Tiger's always been your favorite, no matter what.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Always stuck by him.
He got into a spot of trouble a couple years ago, didn't he?
Yeah, sure. I could say what. Yeah.
Yeah,
The
kinda-
infidelity.
Yeah, threw him off his game big time for a while, huh?
Yeah, and he just had another back surgery, so
Damn.
hopefully he
Well,
recovers.
now we
and-
we all know why now, though. At least he's got a fucking slang-a-dang-a-ding-dong.
It's hard to get that much play. I mean, especially he's an older fella too, right? He's in his 50s now,
he
isn't
just
he?
turned 45.
Walking
there you
around with
go.
a 9-iron.
45 isn't
Christ.
old.
I'm not even going to ask you how you know that, man. But we'll
How do
just-
you not know? As
How
long
do
as you
I don't
the
know that.
internet, dude. It was pretty much like the wallpaper of the internet for when it came out.
Oh man.
So, Mark, why don't you tell him what exactly you do up there in New Jersey at the golf course?
Yeah, so I'm the caddy master. I kind of got away from being a golf professional.
Kind of a cool name, though.
But
Yeah.
the business itself I love. So I decided to venture off and be a caddy master. So I'm the head caddy master, and a lot of golfers in the north like to walk and have caddies where you don't see it as much down here in Florida.
Mm.
Way too hot. but there are some courses down south, Miami, Naples, that area that do.
Sure.
But up north, it's a lot more walking with caddies. The experience. It's how the game's played.
Yeah.
And it's and I'm pretty much in charge of about
Bagger
60 to
Ranch
70
right there.
guys.
That's right.
So we're at in northern New Jersey. Or New Jersey, sorry.
Yeah, it's Upper Montclair Country Club in Clifton, New Jersey.
Okay.
Okay.
Do you know a Frank Stuck?
No,
That's
I
He was
don't.
my roommate
Yeah.
for 1 year in college. I just didn't know if you knew him or not,
No, that's my uncle. He lives up in that
Awesome.
area, and I'm
yeah?
going to have to ask him if he golfs at your course.
Oh, sure. Yeah, absolutely.
I'm pretty sure
That's
this is
awesome.
Listen,
Clifton.
If
That's
he's a
Mark's-
golfer, I can get him on.
Mark's course, you have to pay
Get 'em on.
so much money to be a member of. It is ridiculous when he told me
Really?
the prices. Like, how much is it?
I mean, I think initiation fee is $35K. but I don't want to like sidetrack you. But there's other golf courses where it's $500,000.
Jesus.
Hold on a second.
Yeah,
So the initiation fee,
yeah. Just to come in the door is going to cost you $35K.
$35,000.
And then
Yeah,
your
and then
then
you
your
have- then
yearly dues.
Then you have annual dues, which are roughly like $1,600 a month. So that's
Jesus
that's a bill
Christ.
you're going to get every month on top of your fees and charges. Most people, these guys, listen, I'm literally 15 minutes away from New York City.
Sure.
So these guys all make millions. Of
course.
So it's, to us, it's like, what? But
I'm
to
bitching
them,
about my $80 a month for
yeah.
hosting and podcast fees.
yeah. So
Yeah, he'll message me and
Jesus.
he's like, guess who's golfing at the course today? And he's like, sends me a picture. It's Michael Strahan. It's like, guess who's golfing at the course today? Plexico Burris. Now these are all football players, Chris.
Sure.
Sports ball.
Sports ball, yeah.
But all of these people that golf there, and it's like, oh my God. And then not just that, but like very high like judges and like lawyers and people that make a lot of money that give him tickets to things. Like he would get tickets every year. I'd go up there and see the Giants play in Giants Stadium in the Lexus Club Suite, tickets that members just give it to him. you know,
Damn.
just because it's like, oh my God.
You ever get like the Giulianis or the Trumps? That level up there?
I mean, not that level, but I mean, though I take it back. We did have an outing, and afterwards, the guest speaker was President Bush.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
cool.
and I remember like a month prior, I was walking through the lot, and I saw the Men in Black, and I'm like, who are these people?
Yeah.
So I walked up to him, and I was like, hey guys, are you lost? They said, nope, I think you're lost. And I said, I said, pardon me, I work here. And they're like, well, we work with the government. We're Secret Service, and President Bush is going to be here, and we need to scope out anywhere there could be a blind for whatever. And it was, so sure enough, they helicoptered him in. They shut the driving range down. He was in, did probably an hour and a half speech, helicoptered out, and goodbye.
Yeah.
And that was pretty cool.
I bet you could have met him. You know what all you had to say was like,
we wanted
dude,
to, but
Bush
they
said
were,
he was going to paint me.
these people were
He was going to
paying-
make a painting of me, and I was here for the painting. And they were like, "Oh yeah, that's probably him. He would have done that.
Yeah.
Painted you."
Yeah, so it's certain. You never know what the golf course is going to bring you.
Sure.
I mean, most of the time it's a normal day, but there's always that. Hey, Strahan's coming out. Hey, Lawrence Taylor's playing. Make sure his shirt's tucked in. Yeah. It's,
So what if Lawrence Taylor's shirt's not tucked in? What do you do?
all
I
right,
want to
so
know that.
You want to know the story? So
I want to know that.
you'll love
God.
this.
And we're both lifelong Giants fans.
So
I ain't telling him to tuck that shit in. I'm not saying shit.
All right, so I get word that one of the members is bringing Lawrence Taylor.
Sure.
And my boss, I was like, he was a huge Giants fan. I was like, hey, Lawrence Taylor's coming to play. And he's like, make sure his shirt's tucked in when he comes in. I'm like, oh, no. Because he knows something that I don't. And I'm like, oh. So sure enough, here comes a black Escalade rolling in. I'm like, stops. And it's Lawrence Taylor. And he gets out. And guess what's untucked? His shirt. And I am like the law enforcer there. You got to have your shirt tucked in all times. You can't have your hat on backwards. You got to change in the locker room.
So it's a dress code
everything.
thing for the clubs. What you're saying?
Yeah,
Okay.
and it's very strict. And if like people walk like around and break these, I get yelled at because it's my job to make sure everybody's in line.
Sure.
Members too. So here he's getting out, and I was like, how you doing, Mr. Taylor? You're playing with such and such. And he's like, yep. I said, can I ask you just please tuck in your shirt? I said, I know there are quirky rules here, but I got to tell you this. And he's like, "Relax, son." And I'm like, look at him kind of cross-eyed, like, did he really just say that to me? But okay. So I go ahead, I guide him to the locker room just to shoo him away so nobody sees him out of dress code. So here he comes, coming out of the locker room, and guess what's still untucked?
Shirt's still untucked.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, boy.
So now my boss comes out, he's like, "Mark, I thought I told you to tell him to tuck his shirt." And
Why
I
don't
said,
you go tell him, motherfucker?
I said I did, and he goes, "Well, here comes round 2." And I was like, "Okay." And so here he comes walking down. He sits in the golf cart. I was like, "Mr. Taylor," and he like looks up to me again. I said, "You got to tuck in your shirt." I said, I don't know what to say. I said, "I love you, but you got to tuck it in. You're going to get me fired." And he's like, he just looks, and finally he gets up, and instead of walking to a bathroom, no, he drops trowel right there, tucks his stuff in, and the people are kind of like scratching it. It's like, Lawrence Taylor, is he really doing? So that was the experience. He did give me a $20 bill after he left.
Well, that was nice of him.
So yeah, that was my LT experience at my club.
That's called malicious
absolutely
compliance.
hilarious.
Like, I'm going to tuck my shirt in, but I'm going to make it awkward for everybody. I'm going to do this.
It's so weird
Oh,
because we
man.
met him when we were kids, and we went and saw the Giants play, and our dad had gotten us a hotel room at the same hotel the Giants were staying at, and we had the one room on that floor that wasn't taken by a Giants player. So, like, LT's walking by with all these women, and I'm asking my dad, I'm like, "Why does he have so many girls on?" My dad's like, "Oh, those are just his sisters. They're just hanging out with them."
They hold his cocaine daughter.
Yeah. And now it's like, and now I realize, and it's just funny now how it's like come so far that now my brother runs into him not
Yeah.
tucking his shirt at a golf course.
That's fantastic. So what's your favorite celebrity? Like, the best encounter you've had with somebody playing on your course?
They're not like they're more like athletes, and unfortunately, not like celebrities like that you see on the movies. They're athletes, and we're kind of told when they're on property that they're there to get away from what they do professionally,
Right.
So we just treat it as like
they're anybody else.
right, like they're a normal person.
That's how they want to be treated.
And,
That's right.
and they love it, and
that,
they
yeah.
love when you're talking real to them, and be not like, "Hey, can you take a picture?" That you don't do that.
Never do that. Yeah.
And most of the time, when you're done, they're very, very thank you, gratuity. They take care of you because they got away from it, for at least 4.5, 5 hours, and not like get attacked.
Right.
So
Now, Scott, have you ever met any celebrities?
Yes, a lot of them. I saw Joe Fatone at the airport once.
Oh, here we
Like
go with
Joey
Joey
Fatone?
Fatone
I saw him
again.
at the airport once. That was pretty hot.
Did you go up and say hi?
No, I just pointed at him, and then
Joey
my-
Fatone!
Yeah, my wife was like, at the time, she's like, "Did you just really point at that guy and say out loud who he was?" And everybody around it saw that. And I was like, "Shit,
Yes, I
how
did.
could you not?" I was like, "Oh." I've seen basketball. I've had my shirt signed by everybody on the Magic back in like their first year.
Wow.
Met Scott Skiles and all those people too, and it was all athlete wise. I've met a lot of people around, but trying to think of who would stand out. My uncle is one that I can really throw out there. My uncle Ron, he's a helicopter pilot, and down in Lantana. Well, I guess he's retired now, just moved. He's flown, Tiger Woods, Madonna, Payne Stewart, like a lot of golfers and stuff. He used to do the cigar boat races down there, like record them, and a lot of celebrities involved with those kind of things. He would, fly in and out. He's had, Jeb Bush on a helicopter when he was the governor here and all that. Like he was kind of a big dog when it came to all that. He was at the Lantana airport.
Yeah.
And he was their chief mechanic for years. Like our cards every year was like some kind of big block motor thing in a helicopter taken apart, and him talking about putting it back together, or some 56 Cadillac he built from scratch over again. It's kind of badass, man.
Fair enough. Colleen, have you met anybody famous?
I mean, a lot of athletes. And like otherwise, like just running into people here and there, like at Warped Tour, Travis Barker just walking next to you or something, but nothing too spectacular. I got backstage Kenny Chesney one time. That was disappointing. I bet you meet a lot of people at your job though, huh?
Yeah, quite
NASA
a bit.
TV?
Yeah.
Like all the time, right?
Yeah, well, back when we were flying shuttle, it was like a steady stream for every shuttle launch. They'd have somebody come in and do an interview and stuff. But so I've met Bill Nye the Science Guy.
Oh, that's a good
man,
one.
that's
That's a
awesome.
really good
Yeah,
one.
he was cool. I met Elmo, like the guy who did Elmo, because we actually
okay.
did an interview with Elmo. So he had like the Elmo puppet that he brought out of his suitcase and all that. And
Elmo.
Yeah.
I was gonna say I met Elmo in Times Square once.
How many
Come
times
on.
I've heard that
That's
Elmo
not
phone
impressive.
thing? Oh my
and that
God.
was Elmo right before the guy got in trouble for all that shenanigans he had going on.
Wow.
But I met Al Gore after he
Okay.
was president.
Okay.
He wore a business suit with cowboy boots, which was
VP. He lost president.
I was gonna say he was president.
Yeah, he was
We'll
vice
VP
president.
We'll
Sorry,
VP
yeah.
him on that.
Yeah, VP. Yeah, but I think I'm trying to think. Who was the Sharknado guy? He was on 90210. The
Ian
blonde
Ziering.
guy. Ian Ziering.
I was gonna say the name.
So that guy is the most douchey celebrity I've ever met, and I'll tell you why.
Shocking.
Because so we had him come in to read a PSA, right, a public service announcement, and it was basically just saying, tune in to NASA TV. We've got all this cool stuff going on. This is when one of the Sharknado sequels was coming out, and he came in with a bunch of handlers and stuff, and he was like having a hard time reading off of a teleprompter, which is probably one of the easiest things you can do, right? He looks over, and so we were all in there trying to make it happen, right? We had the guy who wrote the script was in there. And I was like, man, this script sucks. And like the writer who was standing there who wrote it was like visibly cringing because he was like a huge fan and all that. And he looked over to his publicist after a while and he's like, what's my motivation? I go, motivation? Bro, you're reading a public service announcement. That's
Do your
motivation.
research. Know what you're walking into, bro.
But he was, he was just unnecessarily difficult.
He
I
reminds me.
thought.
He's like the way he looks. He reminds me of a mix between David Hasselhoff and Sid Vicious. Does that make sense?
Yep.
I don't know.
Who was the actor from Owen Wilson from Idiocracy was in?
There you go.
He was really cool.
I was gonna say he
I
looks
would
like he'd
love
be
to meet him.
awesome.
Yeah,
Yeah, he
But-
seemed like he'd be badass.
he was badass. Kelly Pickler was cool. So she was like the country star, right?
Yeah.
And she, sweet little Southern Georgia girl who cussed like a sailor.
Oh,
I mean, made
even
all
better.
of us look like babies, right?
That's
Which was
awesome.
so awesome. He was great. But the coolest though, the one that sticks out the most was Sir Richard Attenborough, David Attenborough,
Okay.
the British naturalist.
Okay.
He was, he was an elderly fellow, and he came in to do some public service announcements, and you can just tell he's part of like natural history, right? Like
Okay, yeah.
natural sciences and stuff.
Sure.
He's narrated every documentary ever.
Oh yeah.
And he was just so genuine and down to earth, that just really, really cool.
The voice in person.
Yeah, it was just a classic
Oh,
British gentleman, and
there it is.
he was really nice. That was probably the coolest.
Have you ever got to meet Neil deGrasse Tyson?
I've seen him.
Dude, I'd lose
I
my
haven't met
mind.
him.
I would love it so much.
Yep.
I'd be so much.
Yeah, he's really cool, but I haven't met him. I've seen him. I've seen Elon a handful of times.
Okay.
Elon
yeah,
Musk.
yeah.
But it's the same thing. Like, we know as professionals who work with celebrities that when they're here to do a job. So it's really unprofessional to fawn over them, to ask for selfies and that kind of thing. So it's like, it's cool when they say, hey, so we're done. Who wants a selfie? And everybody stands in line and gets it. So those are the cool and genuine ones. But you have to maintain a level of professionalism. So like, if Elon came up and had a question, I couldn't be like, oh my God, it's Elon. Like, yes, sir, help him figure it out and get him back to where it was. And
Is David Copperfield famous?
I mean, he used to be, right? He hit the Statue of Liberty.
Yes, David Copperfield's famous.
He was at the King Center once, and we were there, and I got to go on stage. And afterwards, I had to stay after so he could pull me in the back. And he wanted his, star women to, hit on me a little bit at first, butter me up, and then he.
So
walked
you wouldn't
in.
tell his tricks?
Then he walked, yeah, exactly. And then he'd walk in like in this room, and like say, and I really appreciate you keeping, this is secret and how this was done, because they whispered in my ear what number to pick when it was my turn to pick a number. It was the one where they bring the person from an island, to the stage right in front of you. It was someone that's live at an island. You know what I mean?
Sounds so real.
And all of a sudden, or they're here, or they're there, and then all of a sudden, like they're on stage, and then all of a sudden they're on an island or something.
Right.
Some weird shit like that. And told me what the fuck to say.
I met the guys from Mastodon after
Oh,
the
yeah?
show. That was really cool. Weird fellas, but
Are they?
yeah.
They're pretty good, man. Charlie turned me on to some of their stuff, and I've Got them on a playlist. Now list. It's pretty good. It's
I
not
bet
my it's not my style usually,
Well, yeah.
but I like it.
I bet you Charlie's met a whole bunch. I'll have to ask him when he comes back on.
I'm sure.
So yeah, so
Sure.
Colleen, you're looking svelte these days.
Yeah, what's going on there, girl?
Changing topics here.
No.
Yeah, what's
so,
going on there? What
you know, I
doing?
started that new health plan last week. We'll call
Uh-huh.
it that. I've already lost 9 pounds in a week.
A 5 days or 7 day week.
7.
Damn,
It's crazy.
That's awesome.
that's over a pound a day. That's
like,
good.
I got on the scale. It's almost 10. It's like 9.8. So
Sure.
I'm just gonna stick with 9. You know, but
No.
It's crazy.
9.8. You can easily round that to 10 and be okay.
I messaged Amy. I was like, dude, like I don't understand what's going on here. So like, I was like, okay, I'm gonna go into my Fitness Pal and start tracking not just calorie intake, but vitamin intake, because like I hope I'm getting like everything I need.
Yeah.
And I look, and sure enough, man, I'm getting all the vitamins I'm supposed to do. You know, there's parts of the day I struggle where I want to, like, the kids are eating pizza, and I'm like, oh my God. But right now, I'm just going to stick it out. I promised I'd give myself at least a month, if not 2 months.
Yeah.
I was completely shocked. So,
Now,
Yeah.
was it like a restricted carb thing or?
no, they give you 5 meals basically to eat, and then I pick one, like, lean meal, like a bunch of greens and proteins to eat. But the meals that they give you are good. Like, there's a lot of bars and shakes and like simple things. But for me, that's awesome because I am lazy and don't like to cook. So it's like, oh, cool. Anything from here? 5 of these?
Right.
All right, I could pick them out, and now I know which ones I like. And so far, it's been pretty easy. We'll see what happens.
Now, how
That's awesome.
how hangry have you been during this?
I mean, I can still eat pickles. So,
Yeah, because pickles are 0 calorie, right?
I mean, yeah, but
Those are good.
I love pickles.
They're high sodium, I think, right? A little
Well,
bit, but I mean, overall, I think it's really good.
I mean, dude,
Like, they're a
I-
great snack.
I love drinking pickle juice too.
So
Not
good.
even lie.
I mean, we're not as old as
They say
Charlie.
that's really
we
good
can-
for you.
We
too.
don't have to
that
monitor.
pickle juice is good for you.
Mark,
Electrolytes
remember
and
that?
everything.
I used to drink the pickle juice and leave the pickles in the jar. My parents would
I'll
be
do
like,
that.
"Who did this?" I'm like, "Mark."
Oh, when we used to do picklebacks all the time.
Yeah.
And then that's when you'd go buy it almost just for the juice.
Now, what is a pickleback?
It's like Jameson whiskey and a pickle juice.
Really?
You take a shot of Jameson and you take a shot of pickle juice and you don't taste like any of the Jameson.
I was gonna say you couldn't
Really?
possibly taste
Like, it just-
anything after
you know
that.
the bite
Yeah.
when you take a shot of Jameson, it has that bite to it.
Yeah.
If you like pickle juice, it's amazing.
Mm.
The Irish Pub was the first place I ever got one,
Really?
and they were talking about them there. And then before you know it, no matter what bar you went to, they were talking about pickle shots. Even up when I went to Kentucky, they were doing them up there.
So it's a shot of pickle juice,
Yeah,
followed by a shot of Jameson.
it's a shot of Jameson followed by a shot
First.
of pickle juice.
Okay.
The pickle juice is kind of like your lime after you
Is
take
it like a
shot of
chaser?
tequila.
Yeah,
it's
a pickle
chaser.
shot chaser. Okay.
You know what I mean? Yeah, it's kind of like a lime gina kind of thing.
What now?
What?
A lime gina?
What is a lime gina?
I don't know.
That's what she said.
Because if they say, "What do you need a lime? What do you got a vagina?"
Oh,
you know what
okay.
I mean? So they call them a lime gina.
I just tell them I need training wheels.
Just training wheels.
Take 'em
Yeah,
out.
I don't even know where that came from. So I heard somebody else say it,
Lime-gina.
and it's a lime gina.
that's a first for me. I hadn't heard that one yet.
Sounds like something Derek would have made up.
Very well. I'd like to throw that at him. I'm not sure if he's him, but let's just say it is.
I'm gonna have to try one of the pickleback shots. See,
They're pretty good.
yeah, because
I like
I got pickles in the fridge.
I think I got pickles
Jameson.
and I got Jameson. I think. Usually good Irish whiskey.
Irish whiskey.
I like what I like.
Well, Irish whiskey's the best whiskey.
Yeah.
I mean, if we're on the topic.
Sure.
Blech.
I agree.
What do you mean, blah?
I can't even drink liquor like that. I don't understand how people enjoy it by itself like that.
Yeah.
It's never been my thing.
Mm.
Well, hopefully at Hardware, fingers crossed, we have the Girl Scout cookie pairing coming up.
Ooh.
So
Now, what's going on with that? Like this year, are you doing it all week again,
Yep.
or are you just doing it in one day?
yeah. I mean, like the plans haven't been finalized. We're still kind of talking it out, but I don't see why we wouldn't do it. Because
Right.
I mean, the Girl Scout cookies, they're already made. Something kind of simple.
What are the beer
So-
flavors?
I have no idea.
Is there going to be like a lemon, one of those lemon ones?
The lemon cookies for the Girl Scouts are so good, right?
Lemonades, they're called.
Man,
right?
yes.
Are they called lemonades?
Oh, my
Yeah.
favorite.
Yeah, they have a new cookie this year. No more thanks-a-lots, which was my favorite. The shortbread cookie with the chocolate layer underneath. The big round ones.
And
Oh.
they have the chocolate stripes on the top of it too.
No, they just have the chocolate
that's
layer on the
Keebler,
bottom
man.
because you
Those are
can't be
Keeblers.
stealing Keebler's stripes.
Okay. I
Be
got
messing
you.
with the tree people, man.
But those are good.
The
though.
tree people. Yeah, but I mean, we'll see what happens. We're still working it out.
Yeah. And when is that? So you don't know when that's going to start then?
No, I'm hoping like the week before Valentine's Day because Harvard's always pretty slow at Valentine's Day.
Mark,
Is it really?
Mark, what's your favorite Girl Scout cookie?
Peanut butter.
The peanut butter.
Yeah, peanut butter.
So good.
I'm a Reese's guy. Peanut butter.
Reese cups are, dude. When you go to Target now,
Yeah.
because it's we got Valentine's Day coming up. Reese's is ruining my life. They don't just have some Reese eggs or some Reese hearts, like they do for the Christmas trees for Christmas. Now they have white chocolate Reese's.
Yes.
They've got other flavor Reese's. That like there's 15 different types. They have red heart, red coated Reese's. I want to eat all of them. They're so good.
Yeah, there's a bunch.
Reese's is dangerous for me. It's a problem. I'm very excited right now.
The Reese's peanut butter cups, they just came out with thin ones too, right?
Yes.
Like that seems kind
They
of
have the thin ones. They have like
I like the
big,
small ones.
thick ones with the little mini Reese cup pieces, Reese's pieces in there.
And there it is. Adjust the mic has gone back to food.
Always.
Humanity.
Oh, that's great. So you guys feel like taking a break?
Yes.
Sure.
Okay.
All right.
When we come back, we want to do some game.
Some sports trivia.
Sports ball trivia.
Support.
We good.
All right.
Accessorize when you're naked. Talking about a rusty car. If you live by the beach, you can take it back. Rock the force forward, sleeping on the days, race round the driver's
Nature kids with skiff dropping hits like Cracker Jackson.
Just that traditional, four-dimensional funk ritual, original, leaving decibel residuals, which individual professionals catch visuals, not via subliminal, but something much sweeter that's detectable at the unquestionable 76 decimal 0.8%, scar 23.2%. Raw, no man, ask yourself, you flood the coast with more shows in a year. The most bands rocking their career. The answer is clear and unequivocally. Skip they who physically moves more crowds than the Palestinian infantry.
Bombs they be dropping, hipping and hopping, popping like a trumpet.
Shots the cherry tree in Maryland, more blocks than heroin. Just the MC to put the boogie in your body.
I got zero, but I'm here no chance to get De Niro. Southside let the mouth ride. I get a deal this year. They'll grow the championship game for insane dang. Usual stank, but keep your eye on you rank while we crank that kamikaze kingpin. Do what I think. Attack your crew, county state, record a plate while you blinking. Blinking to millennium. Soft sand obsidian. Sound waves maintain the mainframe like a meridian. And every G in this room assume to understand. It's the tiniest microscopic trip known to man. Yeah, that's right. Too real represent. Yeah, make your kids skip day, gas and whiz. Into the
you guys ready for this?
You ready to do it?
Yeah, man.
Let the games begin.
So no sports trivia.
Now we can do some sports ball
You
trivia.
can throw some out there.
Well,
But I'm saying like this one I think is gonna be fun.
I got the moral conflict
read a
or
couple.
sports trivia.
Let's start off with a sports ball trivia.
All right.
Yeah, throw a couple out there to see what's up.
Chris is gonna kill it.
Yeah.
Hey, last week's episode, guys, was really good.
It was good.
Like I went back and listened to it, man. It cracked me up. Man.
Yeah.
There's some good stuff there.
That was good.
Yeah, man.
The first question on here. I don't think Mark should be able to answer this. Previously held in August, which month is golf's PGA Championship now played?
July.
The PGA Championship?
Mm-hmm.
That's held in April.
Mark?
June.
No, so you get the Masters is in April.
I got that.
October.
U.S. Open in June.
December.
And I think July is the Open, and so I'm going to say August.
No. They just said it used to be held in August.
Oh, all right. Well, I don't know what they moved it to. COVID.
It's May. Is this
It's gonna be May.
It has to be. Yeah, they did play it in May. They moved it back this
We're not good at
Herman-
trivia. Just-
Herman
I'll get
Boone
that
was the
out there.
coach of 1971 T.C. Williams High School team that inspired what 2000
Are
movie?
these multiple choice?
No. Okay, listen. This one that was Hoop Dreams. No, Remember the Titans.
Sure. Okay.
Okay, which baseball player was known as the Great Bambino?
Seriously, are we
Or if you seriously
Baby Ruth?
I was gonna say
Baby
come on.
Ruth? Yeah.
Anybody
The
seen
Sultan of
Sandlot?
Who's baby?
How many NFL football stadiums are in the state of New York?
3.
I think there's 2. No, there's just one.
There's just
Sorry,
one?
It's one. They share the
One.
stadium. I'm sorry.
Do you know where it's
Sure,
at?
I
Because-
have no idea. Really?
It's the Buffalo
Yep,
Buffalo
Buffaloes.
Bills. Yeah, because I never hear the end
Giant
of how the
Stadium
Giant
in
Stadium's
Jersey.
in Jersey.
Bills are advancing.
You know what though, Giant Stadium, it's in Jersey, but I swear to God, man, there's nothing more beautiful than pulling up to that stadium, seeing the whole skyline of Manhattan right behind it.
Sure.
It is something else, man.
But
All
team
right.
suck.
Michael Jordan famously played 2 sports professionally. One was basketball. What was the other?
Baseball for like a nanosecond, right?
Good job, Chris.
Hey, look at that. I
Look at
got
that.
What
Hey.
team?
What team?
White Sox.
White Sox.
White Sox.
All right. Let's see. Which baseball player is mentioned in the Simon and Garfunkel song Mrs. Robinson?
Ty Cobb. It's got to look.
Joe DiMaggio.
Sure. Okay. Yeah.
Joe DiMaggio. Our
Absolutely.
nation turns its lonely eyes to you.
Yeah.
Woo-hoo-hoo. All right, whatever. What's a perfect score in gymnastics?
10.
10.
Okay. How many seconds does a
20 minutes,
basketball
Olympics.
player have in which to inbound the ball before they get a violation?
5 seconds.
5. In basketball, what popular shootout game is named after a 5-letter animal?
Horse.
What food product is slang term for a hockey puck?
What is it? Say it again.
What
A
food
hockey
product is a slang term for a hockey puck?
A well done
Well
hamburger.
done burger.
Biscuit.
Biscuit.
What?
I guess.
It's not even black.
When you have an overdone biscuit, it's a hockey puck.
Okay.
Gotcha.
They're hard.
When 2 players play basketball against each other with no one else involved, what kind of game are they playing?
One-on-one.
Pig.
One-on-one. The horse is funny. All right.
Or if you're in Mexico, it's one-on-one.
Oh. Oh. All right, dad joke.
Oh my God. Let's see. I'm trying to find it. In football, how many seconds are allowed between plays in an NFL game?
25.
Length on the play clock.
29.
25, right? Or is it
35.
35?
40.
Damn it.
Let's go to the other game.
All right, let's try the other one. Let's go to moral
Damn it.
conflict.
I know there's a penalty if you don't get it off in a
Yeah.
certain time.
Okay. I'm going to mix these up.
Or just throw them all over yourself.
Yeah.
One of the two.
Which of us is most likely to join a cult accidentally?
Accidentally?
I'd like to think myself.
Probably.
I might be in one now.
What would the cult be that you joined? Would it be the craft beer?
No, it'd be a Foo Fighters cult.
No, I'm saying
The
like
cross stitch cult.
But like,
Ooh, yes.
Yeah, she'd be good at that.
Yes.
Be leader of the cult.
I sometimes
Crossed
get
in
worried
human
when
skin in
I see
2
these
years.
healthy food groups and you get all into it. I'm like, am I joining a cult right now?
Well, some of those multi-level marketing schemes, they are awful cult-like.
They are, man.
That's what I'm saying. I used to do Beachbody a long time ago, and I got that feeling the whole time I was in it. I'm like, dude, this is like a cult. Like they won't leave you alone. They keep calling you, and it's like, dude, I just want to cancel.
And dude, these people, they go on like Facebook and stuff, and they post like some kind of product that they're selling that's just going to make you do all these amazing things, or one magical pill a day.
Right,
It's
yeah.
gonna- some green tea coffee and some herbal fucking something. And then when you see all the people are like, oh, I would love to inquire about this item, you think that they're friends, right? No, they're other fucking people selling the same shit, trying to like make their other's shit look like it's something good. And when you scroll down and click on their links and look at their profiles, because I fucking do that sometimes, that's all the same people selling the same bullshit.
Yeah.
It's just like this multi-marketing fucking.
And they never
they're like
answer the
bots.
questions
And
on
they're
there.
humans.
No.
They're humans, but they're bots.
They're
Right,
like,
right.
message me for more info.
It's the closest to
no.
droid, marketing droid
Yeah.
that you can have as a human.
I've had people approach me, just high school friends. Hey, I've joined this great blah blah blah, and I'd like you to inquire if you'd be interested in attending one of my seminars to learn about my product. I'm like, no,
You'll get a pink Cadillac after you sell like $10 million
No,
worth of this
yeah.
shit and ruin your whole life
No,
of
thank
anger in a fucking room full of shit that you got to fucking store and
Yep.
keep fucking inventory on.
oh,
All
so
right.
No.
bad. No,
Get out.
those requests go in the same bin that the forward requests go.
Done to me then. As soon as you sell that shit.
I know the answer to this immediately, and I think you guys are all going to agree. Which of us is most likely to write a passive-aggressive social media post?
Oh, that's me.
That's totally Chris. You've done 4 of them today.
If it ain't Chris, I don't know.
I did one today
I did.
that I tried to keep constrained into one thread, so
It was
didn't
good.
give me too many.
Hey, you got like a little bit of a almost pushback, I think, by somebody. Not even a pushback,
couple?
but like a little bit of
A couple,
But
yeah.
then you just slowly, like, just aggressively, passive aggressively, just nailed in your point perfectly. And he's
Yeah.
like, "You're right."
There wasn't even any kind
don't
of
even-
passive aggression.
I don't know.
was
I'm just
no-
throwing labels at shit. and
I
seeing if it
could not
sticks.
talk about that. I tried to stay away from that topic, but today was a big day with regard to that, and I had
It's
to put my
happening
2
right
cents
now,
out there.
right?
Yeah, it's a great day today.
It's an inauguration day.
You should have seen Twitter today.
Which
It was
of
on
us is
fire.
most likely to sleep through their alarm?
Well done, Cully.
We're not talking about politics on this show anymore.
I never even said that
I
word.
an
know.
alarm.
We're done.
Who
Who's
will-
going to sleep through their alarm?
Scott.
No, I will hit snooze 4 or 5
There
times.
it is.
But I wake up I have a 1 snooze thing in the morning. I do a 40-minute snooze.
Mark, how many snoozes did I do growing up?
Why bother? Just keep smacking the alarm clock.
Yeah.
He would like,
Just 9 minutes.
I'm like, hey,
9
you're not
minutes.
supposed to
9
snooze
minutes.
like
9
12,
minutes.
15 times. You snooze maybe 2 or 3.
what was my phrase I'd always say?
What? 10 more minutes. 10 more minutes.
Stella's been doing that in the morning, getting her ready for school, trying to get her up at 6 o'clock in the morning. She's like, Daddy, I don't want to wake up. Can I have just 5 minutes? I'm like, sure, baby. And I'll go walk. I'll take the trash out or whatever, and then come back in at 5 or 6, and then, okay, I'll get up, and then boom, she's up. That 5 minutes helps.
Will they sleep in? Does your daughter sleep in?
Oh no,
She's up early.
she's up. The latest she's ever slept in that I can recall was like 7:30.
Jesus, Colleen, your kids. What time are they up?
Keegan's up at anywhere between 5 and 6, and then he wakes Quinn up. And Declan he'll sleep in. He'll be like, "No, mommy, leave me alone."
God, nice. Mark, what time? Your kids?
My oldest gets up between 5 and 5:30 a.m. every morning.
How old's your
She's-
oldest?
She just turned 8.
Still, yeah.
I
Now my
did-
youngest
right
is
in your
6.
room to come in y'all's bed, or
And she comes in just to say, I'm going to go play on my iPad. And half the time we're just like, go back to bed.
Yeah.
What?
Now,
No.
Yeah.
Now I got to make sure you're not on your iPad because you did tell me, so I can't yell at you. So
Yeah.
But now I'm like, ugh. But the other one sleeps. I mean, you got to wake her up.
Right, yeah.
She'll sleep forever.
Now, what time is their bedtime?
We take it down about 7:30, and they're in their bed. Bedtime story at 8 to about 8:30. Lights
Sure.
out 8:30.
Same thing with Stella. And
Yeah,
she,
and
but
it's clockwork.
and she'll sleep a solid 10 or 11 or 12 hours a night. But you put them down at 7:30, she's up at 6:37, ready to go.
It makes sense.
If you think of it, you're like, why is she up at 5:30? And you're like, well, if you went to bed at 8:30, that's till midnight. That's 4 plus 9 and a half. 9 to 9 and a half. That's a lot of sleep.
Right.
So it makes me wonder, like, how does my youngest sleep 13 14 hours?
Well, the kids
Genetics, she gets it from me.
Yeah,
I think there is a function of that.
Yeah.
No doubt.
No, little kids need a ton of sleep at night because their bodies are growing.
Yeah.
So I looked it up because I always thought, like, is 7:30 still too early for a 7-year-old, right? And they said no, even at 7 years old, they still need 10 to 12 hours of sleep a night, especially because she doesn't take naps during the day now ever.
Right.
So you just need to get that sleep so their growing bodies can repair themselves.
Mm-hmm.
It's so true. I can tell with Declan so much. He's growing so much.
Oh, yeah.
Like,
It's wild how the spurts.
Yeah.
You notice it. Silas went to school the other morning and he's wearing these pants that I just recently bought. And you could see like about that much ankle.
Oh, he's high watering.
And I'm like,
Same with Declan.
yo, bro, you're going to go to school? And he's like, yeah, it's fine. I'm like, all right.
Yeah.
Throw those away afterwards.
But it's like, what else are you going to do? Like, that's with Declan too. Same thing, but he has absolutely no butt and no waist. So
Silas
trying
has
to
no waist
find
either.
pants to like fit him at the waist and fit him
And be the right length.
lengthwise,
It's impossible.
Yeah.
impossible.
It's impossible.
Oh,
Yeah, all of
God.
my nephews are like that. They're like little bean poles.
All he
So
eats is
they've
freaking
got-
broccoli.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, Declan eats chicken nuggets and stuff. I just don't understand where it all goes.
Yeah. It's insane. They both, Allie and Silas both sleep in.
Do they?
Like, dude, I'm up at 6 o'clock in the
Sure.
morning, like even on the weekends usually. I can't sleep.
Yeah.
And the kids, I can get my whole morning. I can fold laundry. I can get everything done. I can get the day started. I can go outside and mow the grass in the morning and come
Right.
in, and they're just getting up. And I can start breakfast.
I mean,
and then they probably start coming down about that time.
are we talking like what, 9:30, 10 o'clock? Or
It could be
earlier
as
than that?
late as 10:30. I think.
Damn.
I think.
What a
I think
dream.
Silas gets up around 8 to 8:30, and then he knows he's got an hour of like tablet grind where he'll get on there. He calls like Derek's kids.
Yeah.
They all get, hey y'all, let's play a game before our parents get up. Or, and they'll be in there playing games, on their tablets for an hour or so before.
So jealous.
Yeah, Allie just can sleep, man. She'll go to bed at like 9 o'clock, and she would sleep completely all the way through till 9, 10 next
Yeah.
morning.
But how old is she now?
12.
Well, there you go. Yeah, you get into the teenage years. Those kids will sleep until noon or 1 o'clock.
Their mom's the same way. Their mom, dude, she didn't get up. It's a battle, It's a genetic thing.
I love how
Yeah.
Mark's looking at me like, yeah, that's my sister.
Uh-huh.
All right. Which of us is most likely to push the blame on someone else if it means avoiding getting into trouble themselves?
Scott Geyser.
That's been my mantra for a very long time. I'm
Isn't
getting
it
better.
fun-
I'm better about it now, but that's something that.
Think
I'm
about
gonna
when you
win
were
that.
younger, though. Like
Oh,
how
yeah.
often you did that. I would do that crap to Mark all the time.
It never worked though. I always got caught.
Did you?
Well, we're all parents now.
I was
we can
now I
call
know.
that shit out
all
from
day.
100
Oh,
miles.
I know.
Yeah,
Oh, I love
that's
it.
one.
Yep.
Oh, well, so
You can't.
we
kid
count how many
kidders, what
times
we
you
were
say
always told.
100% on the show. Not
yeah.
you, but
Yeah.
us in general.
You say 100%. It's something we do on here a lot.
Yeah, those two don't count because we were describing it. So, did you ever do the thing, Colleen, where you would slap yourself in the face to make yourself cry and then go telling your parents that Mark hit you?
Oh man, yeah. We would definitely I would do things to purposely I would pretend to choke myself. Like we would get in no joke physical fights and we're so little and dumb. I'd be pretend I'm dead. And Mark's like, if you come back to life, I swear I will never
would
be
freak
mean to
me
you
out.
again. Blah blah blah.
Thought she
blah,
was
blah.
dead.
Yeah.
And then I wake up and be like, you'll never be mean to me again if I come back to life. I swear to God. I'm like, all right, I'm okay. I'm okay.
Katie, my sister, used to do that shit. She'd slap herself in the face red, start crying, then run off and not get in trouble. Like, what the hell? I didn't touch her.
Yeah.
Well, where'd that mark come from? She slapped herself. It's
My
Mark's
mom
bullshit.
always knew though. Yeah, she was good at that. God.
With my brother and sister, did I tell you guys this? I would always be there. I'd watch them while she'd be gone. I'd be the babysitter. I was 8 and 10 years older than my brother and sister, so they're a lot younger than me. I would make them cuss because they would tell on me for everything.
Right.
Didn't matter what I did or said. If I said a cuss word or something and they heard it, oh, I'm telling on you. And then so the whole time that I'm watching them, they're using they got some ammo against me. that they're going to tell my mom. And when she comes in, she's going to take their side of her mind because I'm the oldest.
Of course.
And they're the little princesses, you know, and little, you know, whatever he is, fucking angels. And it happened all the time. I was always in trouble. So I would like be on their friends, and they'd like, I'd say shit. And they'd like, shit. And I go, oh, I'm going to tell Mom that you said shit. And they go, no. I'm like, yeah, you tell on me. I'm telling on you.
Yep.
And then right when Mom would come up, or she'd be coming up the driveway, I'm like, what did you say yesterday? And they look at me and go, okay. And
Nice.
it was always, we'd always be checking each other before,
That's good.
before they're coming in. Like, what are we going to tell? You know, we're going to be cool here or not?
Yeah. Oh, we used to have it in our bedroom when we were little. A giant world map that was like the wallpaper that took up the whole wall, and Africa was like the size of us, right? Like it was that big. So there's the country Niger,
the cunt.
Oh, God.
in Africa, and I got my little brother to mispronounce that in a very offensive way in front of parents. And
no!
Yeah, I got in trouble for that one because they pretty quickly figured that
was
one
that a
out.
whooping? Was that ass whooping?
That was a whooping.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
All right. Which of us is most likely to scratch the side of someone's car and then drive away without leaving a note?
I would not do that.
Have you done that, Colleen?
I've had that done in my car before.
Yeah, I would.
No, I haven't.
So
I haven't done that, but I've definitely like.
You do it. You do it.
I mean, like, listen, you're in Jersey. Everybody's
He's like
everywhere.
Lawrence
It's
Taylor
kinda
went
like,
tucking his fucking shirt.
Yeah, exactly. You know, I would be lying to say when I first got into Jersey. I mean, everybody parallel parks, and you know, Florida don't really have too much parallel parking.
Yeah.
You quickly figure out how to parallel park because it becomes
It's hard.
I mean, and
That's what she said.
you do boom. Oop. I'm sorry. And I'm not leaving a note, but do I bump a car? Sure. And I'm sure
Yeah.
my car's been bumped too.
I've done a baby tap, and I've looked, and if I didn't see anything, I just didn't say shit.
Well, that's the thing. Like with the kids in the car seats and stuff, it's like if I park somewhere like Walmart, and like there's plenty of room when I get there, and then some a-hole parks literally so close that I can't get him in. I don't
hate
give a
that.
shit. I will hit their car doors so hard. I'm not leaving no note. It's like you can clearly see you're like over the line, man.
Right.
Like, stop it.
What,
I
am
thought it
allowed
was
to take pictures. Stop taking pictures for
Stop
the podcast.
taking pictures.
Stop recording me talking about this.
No,
No.
but that's why
I don't think
park.
I've ever like scraped someone's car though. I'm like, no, I've never done anything like that.
No,
but
not
digging
maliciously.
somebody's car
Yeah.
in the parking lot, it's like if it's just a little whatever, I'm like, I'm not doing this.
You know, and especially if they park like really close
Yeah.
to you, then they're
and you
kinda
know
asking
that
for
happens
it. Yeah.
all the time. It's like I used to not care until I had kids in the car seats and stuff, because then it's like, come on.
And now you
dude.
got you a brand new car out there too.
Yeah, now we just park so far away that nobody parks near us.
That's what I do because we've talked about it before. I can only get into my truck from the side, right?
Yeah.
So, you know, and when I've got grocery doors, I got one of the doors is a suicide door that opens back. So if you park too close to me, I can't get my stuff in
Yeah,
my truck.
yeah.
So I just park all the way out in
Yeah.
the back and just walk it. So forget it.
I know this is random and off topic, but the other day we went to Walmart. We pull in, and there's a freaking guy walking from that gas station holding a shotgun in his hand.
Really?
Hello.
So I'm like, okay, is this guy like, is this a fake like cap gun? We couldn't see the top because we were driving by, and I'm like, what is going on? So like we park in the very back, and I'm like, I see the guy, and he's like walking towards Walmart to go in, and I said to Brent, I'm like, dude, you know, you better carry, you know.
Motherfucker's got a shotgun.
Yeah.
I was like, what do you think is going on? Because I know Walmart sells gun. I'm like, is this guy returning the gun? Like, what is happening?
Really?
So we're like, I'm like not even wanting to get out of the car, and then all of a sudden, all these police come, and like this cop stops right at that light that's by like the Wendy's, Burger King, whatever, and they stop there. I'm like, oh, shit's really going down, and we're gonna get blocked in here now. Like, what's going on? Well, so like not even a minute later, the cops all get in the car and just drive off, and I'm like, I can see the guy in his red sweatshirt walking still into Walmart. I'm
Yeah.
like, okay.
Was this like yesterday or the day before?
No. This was like last week or a week ago. Somebody did post something about like the cops had called because some guy was walking around Taco Bell and Wendy's with a shotgun.
Yeah.
And I don't even know what ended up happening, but like, Brent has his concealed carry. I'm like, you better make sure that thing's on you when we go in there and get ready.
Yeah.
It's like I'm going in. I am paranoid AF walking in. I'm like, Jesus, looking around. And I never saw the guy. Nobody's causing commotion. I'm like, only in Titusville can some guy just be walking around a parking lot with a shotgun and nobody's doing
Right.
anything about it.
Well, you guys got to realize that where we're at in Florida is like a mixture of South Georgia, basically, in a little bit of the tourist area. So what's this area is, Mark, specifically, this area is really, really redneck in some areas. So if I saw a dude walking around with a shotgun, would I be like really super surprised? No. Once you figure
wouldn't
it
affect
out,
me.
yeah,
I wouldn't even think about it.
No.
Like I would just be like, okay,
Yeah.
guy's got a shotgun.
If you saw that in Jersey, what would happen?
It's a big deal up in the Northeast. There's a lot of the gun laws up there are pretty strict.
Yeah.
Yeah, when I lived in South Georgia, very, like you said, redneckish, and it wasn't, we just, it was kind of accepted.
Yeah, we go up to the property in Georgia. I mean, it's 30 acres, and there's houses on both sides, and there's farms.
Sure.
But, I mean, we'll go out there, and we're shooting all day, and it's nothing, and you'll hear somebody else across their farm shooting all day. And no one really, it's not thought about.
Right.
In the same way it is when you're decent, when you don't have the sensation of being around it.
We would go to Tennessee, up in northeast Tennessee, and there was this one real big flea market that was like the place to go to on the weekends.
Yeah.
Tennessee's an open carry state.
Oh, yeah, they're walking around
So,
with shotguns.
dude,
and
this
and
guy
long
was
guns
like
and-
one, like a shiny like revolver on one hip, and then like a Glock on the other hip, and then an AR slung across the back, and
Go to Central Florida Fair during a gun show, man.
Oh, yeah. Well, that's
I used to go out there for the computer. Like one side it's a computer convention where you can buy motherboards and memory and shit, and the other one you're buying fucking like badass guns.
Yeah.
And you just go to one on one side, and you meet Derek and them on the other side. We go there, and have fun, and that's it.
It was just a weird situation, man, because I'm like, I didn't know what to think about it. Because I'm like, I wasn't scared per se, but I'm also like, well, if he walks in a Walmart and he's about to shoot this place up, like, like I got my kids with me. Like, it's not like just me and Brent going in there, whatever. It's like,
That's our new way
so
of thought,
weird.
though, because of mass shootings happening.
Right.
The reality of mass shootings happening create that effect.
And this type of world that we're living in right now with COVID and people just so down on their, it's like,
it's a fact of life for Americans now these days, as sad as it is.
It's going to be crazy talking about this like 20, 30 years from now. Do you remember fucking 2020? Shit sucked. It's kind of badass, though, at the same time. There was some cool stuff that happened this year.
Sure.
Yeah.
You want to do one more?
All right, last one.
Let's do another.
Which of us is most likely to try to pass off a store-bought cake as homemade?
Colleen with the raised hand.
Colleen.
You take it out and you put it on a different tray, and you like design some shit on it.
Totally. Mark's wife is a pastry chef, so she makes these gorgeous, beautiful
man.
cakes.
Mm-hmm.
I can't even, I can make cupcakes pretty good, but don't ask me about a cake, man.
So, Mark, what do you got going on this weekend? Are you heading back home, or are you sticking around for a while?
Not this Thursday, but the following Thursday. So I'm gonna stick around.
All right.
Nice.
Try to play a couple more rounds of golf.
Yeah.
And
Hey, we got a free course right here across the street. You might got to go through some grass, but
that's
hey.
what I understand. And just just enjoy it, because I only really get to see this part of the family 10 to 14 days a year. So
Yeah.
I really just soak it in.
'Cause you're
and doing anything is better than nothing. Family time means a lot.
Of course.
Yeah.
We're going to Drive Shack on Tuesday. You ever been there?
Yeah.
Oh,
I've
okay.
heard-
Cool.
I haven't been, but I've
People
heard
have a lot of
cool
fun
things
there.
about it.
Love it.
Highly talked about.
That's
Now,
why.
have you played it at Walkabout up there in Mims?
Yeah.
What do you think about that course?
Listen, they're all fun.
Sure.
When I come down here, it's just all fun. The competition part, I left that,
Carrot
8, 9
Top's
years
family
ago, but,
lives over there.
Oh, it's a lot of fun. Yeah, I played Walkabout, or I think it's called the Indian River Preserve.
Yeah.
It's a fun place.
It's a good course.
Yeah, for the area, that great outdoors.
Yeah. Especially for Mims, right? I mean, you can't ask for more for a golf course around here.
Yeah.
It's so sad because he grew up, growing up, worked at Royal Oak, as the cart boy. Our whole family, we were all into Royal Oak. And
Members.
I drove him by it recently. I'm like, dude, look
Sad,
at this
isn't
place,
it?
It's
man.
awful, isn't it?
It's
Like-
terrible.
Sad.
We always talk about if we win the Mega Million.
Yeah.
That we just buy the property.
Even
Since I'm in
Latino.
the golf business, when we just everybody find their own little niche in it, and just
Sure.
it's us and our friends.
Yeah.
And we got enough money to say go
Yep.
kick rocks town. You guys didn't
Yeah.
revive the place like we did.
Right.
Yeah.
That'd
be amazing,
How much
actually.
effort would it take, do you think, to rehab Royal Oak to get it back to where
It'd take $1 million.
No, try like 30 mil.
You think it would
Would
take
it
that
re-
much?
it take that much?
Because you got to redo the whole irrigation. You're gonna have to till everything up, get the weeds out. I mean, I'm sure there's busted irrigation pipes ran all through
everywhere, right? Yeah.
So irrigation itself is going to cost you $5-6 million, and then
Man.
every green is going to cost you $60,000.
Okay. Just in resodding it, right?
Just to redo it, the turf and everything. So I mean, And then,
Doesn't mention the clubhouse that I'm sure is destroyed now. It looks terrible.
Probably
from
rat
outside,
infested.
like-
It'd be you just bulldoze
The pool,
it.
Sherwood's the same. I mean, you'd have to start from scratch practically.
I mean, so you'd have to invest 30 mil, but when you win 970 million, what's 30 million?
Damn, is that where it's
That's
at
what
right
it's
now?
Yeah,
Nobody won last night.
970 mil.
Oh my God, when does it draw
still
again?
going, yep.
Saturday, right?
Is it Saturday?
so.
Dude, I got to get tickets for that. We'll do it just the mic from Atlantic City.
yeah, come see me.
So, Scott, what do you got going on this weekend? Anything fun?
I'm kid free this weekend.
Are you?
What?
I'm not sure what I'm doing yet. I got a couple little irons in the fire.
Yeah.
I've been riding bike. I'm gonna do the bike ride stuff again. I've been doing that the last couple weekends. Me and the kids rode to their moms and back down Carpenter, and Silas is like doing really good.
That's
Like,
awesome.
He's 8. About to turn 9, and his bike riding skills hasn't been all the way there yet, but he's getting there, man. He's having fun with it. So eventually, I want him to ride their bikes at school.
Yeah. I mean, that's the goal, right?
Save me a lot of time picking them up.
Yeah.
What are you going to do?
So I have Stella this weekend. Don't know yet.
Oh.
Yeah. I took off. Well, I work Sunday, but I'm off Saturday.
Yeah.
So you're off Sunday.
No, I'm working Sunday. I'm off Saturday.
Working Sunday, off Saturday. What are your hours on Sunday?
Open to close. 12/7.
Okay, well, we might stop by and say hi on
Yes,
Sunday.
do it.
What you guys got weekend plans Saturday? Family plans?
Yeah, we have. Does Mom listen to this?
Probably not. Mom doesn't know what a podcast is.
Our mom's turning 60, so we may have something planned for
that's
her.
cool.
And all.
Heck yeah.
So
happy birthday, Mom.
I won't say it just in case, but God, I hope she does. She is gonna
So I
listen
should
to it.
take this title
You know
and
what?
say, "Happy birthday, Colleen's mom."
Heck yeah.
We really should.
Shout out to Colleen's mom.
Just don't post this
Hashtag
until
it.
Saturday.
You know she's gonna see it.
She's gonna see it all over social media because she has all those accounts.
Guess what, Mom? We're gonna go to the hardware store. That's what we're doing.
Surprise, surprise.
Yeah.
Hey, do you have to deal with on the golf course like kids, like teenagers, effing around on the course?
Yeah, members kids. Yeah,
members, kids, maybe like people that live in the area. Their kids ride their bikes over and F around.
It happens quite a bit.
Are you the man?
That's it, they call me.
Okay, so we have to talk real quick before this is over.
All right.
Oh,
what would you have done to me?
Well, most of the time I just come up and say, "Are you lost?" Almost kind of like an adult presence of being
and
that
it just
guy.
Scares immediately.
And they're
run
just
off.
like either they say, "Oh, this went on this hole. I'm just getting this," and I just then watch them and make sure that's it. Or
So are you intimidating enough to them to? For the most case, you're so intimidating that they're just like, I ain't even dealing with this guy. I'm out.
For the most part, yeah. Yeah,
you ever had to
don't
chase
have,
them?
We used to get these kids that would come out. Somehow I don't know how they got on it, but they would take dirt bikes down the side of this one hole, and it's scratch your head. Like
Yeah.
And of course, the dirt bike's outrunning my golf cart.
Yeah.
and they would, buzz around, and here's me puttering as slow as can be, and then there they come whizzing by me, and here I am turning around trying to, and I'm like, hey boss, this is coming comical. We're gonna have to do something else.
Boss, I need you to get me a dirt bike.
Yeah. So.
Or a Segway.
I mean, literally, it was. I was the laugh.
So then you'd segue real fast out of.
I mean, like, what do you do? I mean, like, they're flying and it's like playing chicken. I'm getting out of the way. I mean, I'm on a dirt bike. I'm in a golf cart.
So,
that's good.
The reason I ask you this is,
but yeah, the intimidation going back.
you're
try
intimidated.
Yeah.
Okay. My stepfather lived on a golf course. It was a park it was in Middletown, Kentucky, up by Louisville, Kentucky.
Okay.
And the golf courses up there are beautiful. They got that blue grass on the out. You know what I mean? And their courses are really nice. And this one in particular, we could ride our bikes to it because it had like a lake, like a small lake, and we'd fish. It had a basketball courts, then it had the driving range, and then it had the golf course. Well, to get from our neighborhood to the golf course, there were some wood trails and stuff, and you could just park your bike back there and just walk right over, and you'd be at a hole, coming through the woods. Mm-hmm. Well, there was, I think it was the 8th or 9th hole. It was a long straightaway, really long, and then it had right before your green.
Yes.
It had a big dip down and then back up.
Correct.
So people would either lay it up short, and then go over the dip onto the green, or they would try to get to the green, and when they did, it would always go down that little ravine, and all it is just a little curve. So I could stand there, and if you're teeing off, you can't see me, right? So
no, I think I know
we
where
would
this
be
is
in
going.
the woods. We would sit in the side of the woods, and we'd have a lookout. We'd like look way down to see if someone was coming. And whenever we hear that ball get hit, we'd wait and we'd watch. And it'd either go in the woods where we'd go get it and run, or we would try to find it, real fast, or it would go into the, right in that little freaking divot, area. We would go run out and grab the ball, and we would hold it in the air because they'd be in a golf cart, right? And we'd hold it in the air, and then they would like see us, and you'd see them coming at us. And when they got to a certain level, we'd fucking take off through the woods running, and we'd get our bikes in and run back to our house, and we'd get 1 or 2 a day. And eventually, Mark was sitting there and waiting at that hole, and we're coming up the woods. As soon as we got to the edge, that motherfucker was like 30 feet from us in a golf cart. Hey, you little motherfuckers! Y'all been causing hell right here for days. We're coming to get you. And he was like mad as hell. We were fucking running through the woods, laughing, just acting a fool. And we go to the golf course and do this. That was our entertainment as children.
Yeah, most of it's liability reason.
Oh, sure.
God forbid, you're on
Get
the
hit by
course.
the ball.
And, no, you could own half the course.
Yeah.
So.
Man, I should have done it more.
What about diving in the water traps and getting all the balls that were in there and then reselling them?
That's supposed to be a no-no, right?
I mean, maybe at a public course, private courses. I mean, the course I work at was built in 1901.
Oh, wow.
So the history is huge. So it's, like the stuff you see on TV, and you hear they do dredge, certain ponds, but they're not selling the golf balls that, that have been hit in water. The members there don't mind buying brand new golf balls.
No.
No,
I get that. I'm talking about kids getting in the ponds and getting them out. And
because
then
there's a
selling
market for that.
There is.
Warren Buffett did it as a kid.
There's only 2 spots on the golf course that really have water. So
okay.
Northern golf courses are all about hills, whereas southern golf courses is their protection is the water,
right?
And alligators.
That too. Matter of fact, yeah.
Oh
Frank.
man,
All right.
Frank.
That's good. I'm glad.
Thanks for coming on, man. That was
that
fun.
was awesome.
No,
Yeah,
I appreciate
thanks,
it, guys.
brother.
Thank you. Man,
So glad you
you
came.
guys are great.
When's the first big gig? The first big tournament of the year?
that I'll watch Masters.
Masters,
Yeah,
April, okay.
Yeah. I mean, they've been playing. I think already 2 weeks. I think they're in California right now.
Yeah.
But
Now-
I only really watch if Tiger plays.
Sure. Now, is your course one of the stops, or is that?
Oh no, it used to be in the '80s.
Yeah.
They used to have the Cadillac Classic. We have a huge rock with a plaque of every great player that's come on around and played and won.
Yeah.
Palmer, Nicholas,
Sure.
those guys. But as technology helped golf courses, with the players hitting it longer, well, it shortens up the old golf courses that I'm at, so they can't lengthen it. So they would just crush it.
Right.
They would be record-breaking scores because these guys are that good.
Right.
Whereas the members and even myself, getting around par, you feel great.
Right.
These guys, if you want to be on tour, you'd have to probably shoot 8 under at my golf course to be like, that's what a tour player would probably shoot at my course.
Okay.
8 or 9 under.
Wow.
Yeah. And not because it's easy. It's just they hit it so far and they're so good.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Oh man.
All right. Well, have a good weekend, everybody. We'll see y'all next week.
All right, love you guys.
It was
Thank
awesome.
you, guys.
Thanks for coming on, dude. We have a really good voicemail, by the way, guys. We're gonna wait for Charlie to be here.
Yep.
For that, I know who it is, but it's gonna be good. What else do we have going on right now? Anything in particular?
Frank's supposed to be on next week, right? If he's feeling all right.
Yeah.
Yep, we got Frank coming next weekend. Hopefully
next Wednesday, I hope.
Last week, Blue Oyster Comedy. That was fantastic.
Awesome.
That was good.
That was so good, man.
Thanks for getting me hooked on TikTok now.
They got me. That's what I wanted to bring up because that's what I have TikTok now because of it. And
I know, me too.
Tim on there, and
Damn it, Tim.
Now all of a sudden I'm scrolling through. I'm sharing TikToks with you guys in our private group. It's ridiculous. I can't stop. It's ridiculous.
Oh God! All
So,
right.
Thanks, guys.
All right.
Mark,
I'm ready to go to bed.
Thanks so much for having us, man. Everybody, good night.
Yeah, good night,
Probably
everybody.
a little late for us, huh?
Yes. Love you.
Love you guys.
Bye.
Bye.
Daisy's in a tube top, screaming from the top of her lungs. This all ends tonight.
Daddy's on the floor, he's screaming for more. Saying you're gonna be alright. Daisy's in a tube top, screaming from the top of her lungs. This all ends tonight. Daddy's on the floor, he's screaming for more. Saying you're gonna be alright.
Dude, that's just killer. Oh, dude, that was awesome.
Hey, Stad, looking for James and anyone who's listening.